Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a little dream catcher, Gary Butterfield.
Will, that was some of your best singing you've done on the podcast.
Hey, thanks, man.
You hit the notes, man. Like, I think that you got those ones right. I recognized it immediately, and you got them.
Cesspool smelled nicer than usual, area man raves.
Yeah, what a good smelling cess mouth you've got going on, cess mouth.
Sorry, Gary, can we start a Smash Mouth cover band called Cess Mouth?
Cess mouth. Some shit came out of my mouth.
Roadman.
Yes.
That wasn't a parody. That's a real Smash Mouth song on Astro Lounge.
Oh, Astro Lounge. Can you imagine living on the Astro Lounge?
Gary, I do really love the song All Star, genuinely. So yes, that is the Smash Mouth album it is on, which does start with like some space sounds.
Yeah, well, they're taking you to a sonic journey.
Speaking of, album. Asked Gary to see Sonic 2 with me, got shot down.
That's only partly true. I didn't want to go see it I'm not excited to see it in the theaters. I do want to see it. I do want to have you see it with you, talk to you about it. I just can't get excited about it because, I don't know, Knuckles and Tails.
I mean,
I don't like those
also,
characters.
You're whatever, 45 now?
Yeah, I'm pretty old at this point. I might have outgrown Sonic.
You might, but Gary, have you outgrown the fruit snacks in the kids pack at the theater?
Huh? No. I still eat those things. If they're fun Sonic shapes, of course. Or sharks. I like the ones that were shaped like sharks. Remember the fruit sharks?
Yeah. Or the sewer sharks. Hey,
I do remember the sewer sharks as well. Yeah.
Hey, Chum Bucket.
Hey, you know what? FMB games are coming back in this weird way on the eShop.
Uh-huh.
In like the wake of Her Story. Like whenever I'm just browsing the eShop on my Switch, there's like a dozen, it's a guy. The picture is just like an actor and it says like Afterglow or something like that.
Yeah. And it's always the guy from Contradiction.
I wish. I love that man.
He is in some of them. There's I don't remember what they're
Dr.
called.
Lengaslav.
Go ahead.
He does that one. Dr. Lengaslav or whatever.
I don't remember. He's in the second one from those people, the shape-shifting detective.
Okay.
That crew that did the infectious madness of Dr. Decker and all that shit. That
was what I was thinking about when I said Lengaslav.
I knew. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's because we're simpatico, man.
Hello, I'm simpatico, man. I feel
and
what
I too am
feel.
simpatico, man. We're a new movie from Ang Lee. Today, we're doing Dreamcatcher, and I wanted... this will not be boring, I promise.
Oh, right. Gary wants to describe a dream.
I had an anxiety dream about Guppy, and it's frighteningly on brand.
Yes.
In the dream, so as people who make comedy, I don't want to call myself a comedian or you a comedian by any means.
I'm not crazy about calling Guppy comedy either, but I'll
grant
the premise.
There's a lot of caveats to make this dream explanation go quicker.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes when you're just trying to when you're in the stream of conscious joke zone, you'll say something and it won't be something great. It'll be something kind of offensive or shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I had a rant last week about how chemotherapy doesn't work.
Yeah. Exactly. And we decided to let that pass.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, we'll be like, let's cut that out. In the dream, I kept making sex assault jokes and you kept having to say not to do it for a long time. And I was trying in the dream, like the same way in a dream, you might run on a treadmill, but not get anywhere. Kept trying not to make jokes about that and failing. And you just kept telling me, I don't really want to go there, man. And I was like, okay, yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. And then I would try again. And I just kept doing it.
Yeah. Which is
fucking
wild because
bizarre.
in the whole history of Guppy, I've only had to cut out 400 or 500 of those. So
yeah, I do it all the time. That's what dreams reflect reality. See, that's not even true. I don't even feel comfortable saying that because it's
I know. I was
horrible
like,
dream,
I say
Gary.
This? Yeah.
Yeah. But Dream Gary could not stop it with those jokes. And it was really nerve wracking. Like there was a time limit of some kind. Like we had to get things done and you were getting irritated with me and I kept apologizing. And then you were you were just like, it's fine. And I was like, okay, that means it's not fine. But, and it was hard. It was a horrible dream. It was a Guppy nightmare.
Gary, that I'm really struggling to figure out if that is more boring or upsetting.
It's
hitting both meters really hard.
I don't see, to me, it doesn't feel boring because it's so, it's a really mundane nightmare thing. I'm not trying to draw a difference between the word boring and mundane, but I'm saying the thing that makes it interesting is it's so plausible. And it's based in such fucking small ball. It's like the dumbest like little thing for me to feel genuine terror about.
Gary, that is you suggesting that the most interesting thing about your dream was how boring it was.
Yeah. Sometimes something is very, Harvey Picar. Real life is pretty, boring life is pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah. I had a nightmare where I was a writer for Saturday Night Live.
That would be horrible. Did you really have that nightmare?
Yes.
Yeah, that was probably rough. Was it the same thing? You kept making sex assault jokes?
Gary, weirdly, no. That's not in my bank of personal anxieties that I'm going to turn into fucking Dice Man.
It's me, Tosh. Shit, I got Toshed.
I'm Tosh point no.
I'm Tosh point 3. What was the nightmare part of that? Just that you worked for Lorne?
My nightmares are usually about being in good situations, and then the horror is when I wake up.
Yeah?
I mean, I said that with a cadence of comedy, but it's true.
No, I'm just chewing on it. I didn't think you were kidding at all. I'm just chewing on it.
Yeah. No, because that's when the feelings really hit, is when you have something nice happen in the dream, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, that was a fake thing my brain made up to hurt me.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. My version of that is my mom's still alive. But I never have that for like a job. And I certainly wouldn't have it for working for SNL. You dorky
just
fucker.
Just to matter to anyone whatsoever.
I think you would matter less if you worked for Saturday Night Live than you matter now.
I don't know. My current depression is running along a heavy, like, I've been working at the same place for 7 years, and with the same impact on the world, the only difference between if I've been doing this job for 7 years and if I've been digging graves is that there'd be more graves.
There'd be a lot of graves.
And probably of lower quality than the graves we have now.
I have a thought experiment for you. Since you needed a change, instead of working for the AV Club, which is an entertainment writer, work for the VA Club for the Veterans Administration.
Thanks, Jon Stewart.
Just a little swap around. Jon Stewart, what does that have to do with anything?
Jon Stewart's a big advocate for veteran affairs.
What a dork. But yeah, work for the VA Club. It's a small change, but would really freshen things up.
Gary's living in the Infocom game Nord and Bert couldn't make heads or tails of it, where small changes to words can create big changes in the world.
Yeah, you get paid with counterfeit monkeys. Of course, we're talking about Dreamcatcher today.
Yeah, Gary, we are officially back to doing 3 items a week as we are on the downhill slope towards the end of all content.
Yeah, what happens then? No one knows. We might die.
We might die. Gary, I love this item.
We did make a Faustian bargain that if only a couple people listen to the show, we'll die at the end of the run. If tons of people listen to it, we'll survive. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I also love this item.
Defining terms.
It's true. That's the problem with the devil. I also love this item. I accidentally skip it a lot. Not the item, but the screen, because I forget I have it. But it's very clever.
It's extremely clever. Anytime anything in Isaac is working like outside of the base play space, I love it.
Yep. Playing with the box, playing with the format.
Yeah. Especially, this is a shop item. You can get it all the time, and it's got really good use cases for it.
So what this is a dream catcher. You pick it up, it says Sweet Dreams, and in the little cutscene that you skip after between every floor, it will show you what treasure is on the next floor and which boss you would fight.
Yeah, specifically the treasure that's in the treasure room.
Yes.
So immediately in Repentance, this is huge for deciding whether to go into the treasure room or whether you're going to hold out to try to get a planetarium.
Yep. Obviously very important. Knowing which boss you can fight is useful.
It's fine. It's fine. It's more interesting than it is like efficacious.
Yeah, I would agree.
There's not a lot of prep in Isaac. It's not like the fucking Witcher or something like that.
Yeah. One of the things I like though is it also bypasses Curse of the Blind.
Yes,
which I know you're a fan of Curse of the Blind, but if I have this and just being able to see what the item is useful to me.
Yeah, and it's cool to have that most items don't touch that little section of the game. We're used to skipping that section of the game. It's really cool to have something that matters happen there.
Yeah, you'd assume nothing could happen there, like it was untouchable. And that's part of the brilliance of Repentance. It also gives you a half soul heart every floor, which is really good because you get a free hit on your way to get the boss and hopefully get that deal with the devil.
And you don't have to see that one dream where it's never been clear to me whether they're shitting on Isaac or lactating on him.
I always thought they were like wet farting on him.
It's more
like
in tune with the
Gallagher
tone of the
fart.
Game. Sorry, what?
Yeah, Gallagher fart?
Why is it a Gallagher fart, Gary?
Because you have to hold up, because it sprays. Like you have to hold up a plastic sheet. People in the first 3 rows are going to get wet.
Okay.
Do you not think Gallagher has big, wet, juicy farts?
You know, Gary, I'll be very, very honest with you right now. I have not once, in the entirety of the almost 38 years I've been on this planet, contemplated the consistency or moist content of Gallagher's farts.
Well, have you now?
No, I'm maintaining
still
a
refusing.
bulwark.
The ignorance is bliss when it comes to Gallagher farts.
I've got my psychic shields up right now to fend off the thoughts.
We're gonna have a psychic plane mind battle like Xavier and the Shadow King for me to try to put this wet fart into your mind palace.
It's very
I'm
funny
gonna top shelf your mind palace.
What, Gary?
So I'm gonna top shelf your mind palace.
Double decker?
Yeah. Yep.
It's very funny to me that there was like a fairly mainstream cable show that was like where the only major X-Men character in it was Amal Farouk, the Shadow King.
Everyone loves the Shadow King. Can't get enough of that Shadow. Apparently they made him good, which is fucking wild because he's wretched in the comics.
They made him at least self-interested enough to sometimes be good.
Yeah. I still got to watch that. Me and Jeremy have talked about covering it. Turning into work would bump me into it.
It's a cool show. I watched the first season all the way through, and second season I kind of lost touch with it. But if you would just like an X-Men show that people are like that actually has like stuff happen in it, like
The Gifted
weird stuff.
Oh
yeah.
Got to watch The
Better
Gifted.
than The Gifted.
Okay. Better than Cloak and Dagger? Better than Runaways?
Probably better than Runaways. I mean, certainly better than fucking WandaVision.
Well,
Gary, did you know that Grief is just love doing the Watusi or whatever?
It's a good line that memes ruined.
Or is it a trite observation that has been rightly destroyed?
There's no trite observation. People say
so
shit like
trite.
that all the time in the world. Like, people will just try to say that to somebody who's upset.
Okay, so if the point of that scene is to portray Vision as a doofus, then right on.
They're not a doofus as like a person. It's like the kind of thing that somebody says to somebody who doesn't know how to move on from stuff. I mean, this we're never going to get anywhere with this argument because you don't think that there's anything anyone can do or say about that stuff. I don't think.
Well, there's nothing profound to be said about grief, no. But
yeah,
the TV show thinks it's being profound.
I think that is a succinct thing. I think it's a succinct and true statement.
I agree that it doesn't take very much screen time.
That's not what I said. That's okay.
That's what succinct means.
Succinct in yeah, I guess that's true. I would say brief. Succinct I meant like more like economical use of words.
Gary, I will acknowledge I am being the dick in this 2-minute span of conversation.
You certainly are. There's a certain like
Gary Butterfield, gracious in victory.
For some reason it's anywho. We gotta go. If you like the show, head on over to patreon.com/duckfeed.tv and kick us some dollars.
Yeah, give us
if
some
enough
money.
people do it, then maybe we won't die at the end of the guppy.
Or maybe I'll come to believe that there's anything meaningful that can be said about death.
Yeah, that's true. There's only one way to find out. You got to practice. Yeah. And then you can also leave us a rating review on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict.
Like this one left on Apple Podcast by Dr. Brewington. My most treasured parasocial relationship. As unlistenable as it was, it's now only fair that we also get a future Gary episode of Everything to Guppy Retroactive. I don't make the rules. 4 stars. And that's a 5-star review.
Thank you. I make the rules, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
So.
There's been... Future Gary has never showed up because Future Will is a function of editing.
Yeah, and and to be fair, Like I've offered to edit before. I've been like, hey, you'd be like, I'm real busy. I'm like, I can take the edit if you want. And you've turned me down. I'm not saying that to call you out. But it's not like I'm unwilling to do it, but it is a function of editing.
Yeah. And then I think what we're going to try this week is we're just going to act like we're ending an episode now.
So click and clack, put your dick in our ears.
Click and clack, please pleasure us orally.
Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every item, trinket, character, and boss, and floor, and everything in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me as always is a man who has poorly bet on Paschal's wager, Will Hughes.
Hey, Gary, I was also thinking about Paschal's wager. That apparently isn't what this is named after, but...
it's not, that's Paschal.
That's true,
is the one who did the wager. I just didn't know, I don't know what this word means or how to pronounce it. Is just what I thought of with this thing.
It's Paschal? A large white candle used in liturgies in Western Christianity.
Oh, liturgies.
According to the trivia on the wiki. This is Paschal's candle. Let's talk about Paschal's wager, though, Gary.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting idea.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like any
Let's
of those
move
things. On. Yeah. This is a candle. One of those big dorky church candles. Is this the same kind of candle that people buy with like Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the side?
I was just wondering that, Gary, whether you could definitely get like Psylocke from the X-Men on the side of this candle.
Yeah.
Those are called votive candles usually.
I always thought votive candles were little, but I don't know. I don't, there's a whole lot of candles in religion.
Right here. Gary, this Wikipedia page is way too fucking long, man.
Well, read it to us.
All right. Let me zoom in.
Oh, no, this is too long.
Gary, you got to listen to me when I tell you things.
These are the ones, these have pictures on them. I can imagine there being a Ruth Bader Ginsburg on these bad boys.
I think those are a specific other kind of candle, though.
Search Ruth Bader Ginsburg candle.
Yeah.
In the wind.
Kate McKinnon as Ruth Bader Ginsburg candle.
Yeah. Ruth Gator Binberg.
Ruth
Bader Bilderberg.
Ruth Gatorade Binsberg.
Yeah, Binsberger. Ruth Bader Ginsburger. Do you think anybody
I'm excited for the Binsburgers movie.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Did you think Bob's Burgers ever did a Ruth Bader Ginsburger?
Absolutely, dude. That must have been like season 1. I bet there's a big list of all the burgers from Bob's
There's a
Burgers.
cookbook. Like, what would you put on a Ruth Bader Ginsburger?
Ashes
Justice
and liberal tears.
Liberal tears, liberal sauce.
Yeah. To be clear, I'm left of liberal is why I'm making fun of liberals, not right of liberal.
Same with me as well.
You always have to be careful of that when you're talking shit about liberals, though.
Oh, 100%. I was talking shit at some point on Twitter about Obama. Doing some kind of thing. And somebody blew up.
Drone striking a child?
It wasn't about drone striking a child. It was about how he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like he had control over all 3 branches of government and it was just like, we could do anything, but let's not do anything.
Gary, I could introduce you to some children who disagree about that point of view.
There's a couple things that happened. I know. Could have done a lot. If you have total control, you would have a lot more potential for good.
Yeah. This is our political chat. We haven't said what the item does either.
Yeah, we're pivoting to pure political chat.
Ruth Tomato Ginsburger from If You Love It So Much, Why Don't You Marry Annette? Comes with heirloom tomatoes and pickled ginger.
There we go. Yay.
I don't think I can handle pickled ginger on a burger.
No, it sounds horrible.
I don't think Bob's very good at burgers sometimes.
No. Oh, that's why his family's struggling.
God, these are some good. I'm just
his kids don't fucking
through the list
them.
of all the names now.
It's fun. They're good puns.
I don't think legally I can read them, though, so I'm going to close this old wiki page.
It's a good program.
It's a very good program. Love that regular sized Rudy. Gary, what's this item do?
I don't know. I've gotten it before, but I've gotten
motherfucker.
That was the beginning of a sentence. I've gotten it before, but then I always get hit before anything happens.
Okay.
You get a little candle and you have to keep it alive. As you do, you get tears up.
You don't have to keep it alive. You have to keep you alive.
Yes, it burns out when you get hit.
Yeah. So what this does is, for every room you go through without getting hit, you get I think a plus 0.5 tears up that ignores the cap. 0.4 tears up that ignores the cap. Can max out at 2. So hypothetically, you can get if you aren't getting hit, you can get your tears rate up to like 7. Which is great.
Good. This is per second.
Yeah.
Now. So that's actually excellent. It's just one of those things where you just have to not get hit for a long time. And I never good at that.
Yeah. Get this with the aura one that also turns off when you get hit, which also has a tier cap ignoring tier effect. Mm-hmm. That you could get a lot of shit on the screen with this. This is good. Well, this is, there's only one kind of bummer item this week. So
yeah. And if you get this with Holy Mantle, you're sitting pretty because you get that grace hit.
You're sitting so pretty, Gary, in a tree.
Okay.
Gary, you ever KISSING anybody in a tree?
No. I've never KISSING'd anyone. That was casting is what I spelled. That's not a thing. It's true. I've never cast anybody.
I've never been in a tree. Kissing.
No, I know. I messed it up.
Okay.
There's only 5 vowels. It's easy to get them fucked up.
And they sound alike. I and E? Ugh.
Yeah. And I said A, which also sounds pretty similar. Mm-hmm. I've never been in a tree. I don't think.
Okay. I've been in some trees.
Yeah?
I had a rural childhood.
I did too, but I never went up something. I think I was too scared of my upper body strength.
I didn't do a lot of up.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't kiss anyone until I was like 17. So
yeah, and that was in the back of a car. Yeah. Where was your first kiss, Will?
Outside of a Taco Bell on Wabash Avenue in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Nice.
In my mom's car.
Yeah. Mine was also outside, but not outside of Taco Bell. It was outside of a party. I
asked permission before doing so.
So did I.
Hey, cool guys with boundaries.
Yeah,
Gary, got any jokes you want to tell about this?
We were we were really ahead of our time.
Yeah, any jokes you feel weirdly compelled to tell about this?
No, not right now. Cool. But wait, hold on, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Uh-oh. Oh God, Dream Gary.
Hey kids, it's me, Dream Gary.
It's Dream Drop Gary.
Hey, it's Dream Drop Gary. Hey, I don't ask permission before kisses. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Makes the sauce better. The lips sweeter.
Okay, Dream Bus here. Gary, abort.
I gotta go. What? Oh.
Hey, bud.
Ooh. Oh, a little quick power nap there.
Yeah, no, you're Kramer napping.
Yeah, just a tiny Kramer. Oh, man, that episode where they Kramer napped him. Jerry, I've been kidnapped.
And it's by a surprisingly retrograde ethnic stereotype.
Is this Dreamwill?
No, that was the writers of Seinfeld in like the late 90s somehow.
Well, you have dreams about writing for shitty sitcoms.
Yeah.
I asked for permission to kiss even in my second round of dating. So when I first started dating after I got divorced, I asked for a little bit, and then I realized I don't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's inexperienced. It's good to have clear signals.
Oh, it's way better to be sure than not.
8 million. The number of bad things that have happened because you assumed it was cool are
100%. I'm not saying I don't begrudge anyone asking permission to kiss. Mm-hmm. It's just it's kind of slicker if you don't, and you just have to be better at knowing something's okay.
Yeah.
I moved into eventually kissing and then saying, "Is this all right?" But then afterwards. Which I don't know if that's better or worse. That also feels a little embarrassing.
I'll tell you, it felt real. So it was very easy to imagine that, and it was pretty fucking dorky. So
it's pretty dorky. It works, man.
Is this
lip slayer over here, make out king of the Northwest.
Yeah. Hey Gary, if people like this show, what should they do?
Well, the number one thing is go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and give us some dollars there. It's just a monthly amount. It doesn't happen every week or anything.
Yeah, It's just monthly, you fucking cheapskate.
It's just monthly. Yeah, it's only monthly. And then you can also leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict.
Like this one from Earthrax Killspite Fancam.
Oh.
Everything to Continentia. Wanted villains Bargash Eyesore and Sir Moradin the Cruel cover every gnome, treasure chest, and boat coupon in the 1990 Genesis game King's Bounty. I paid for the WAF on that game, and now that they don't post the episodes on Patreon anymore, I don't know where to comment that I really enjoyed the episode. No worries about it being a short one. I'm perfectly happy y'all got to do a breezy episode right at the dawn of Elden Ring times. And that was a 5-star review. And that was a 5 rack face review. And that was a 5-star review. Gary, that was a 5-star review.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay.
I mean, you can't trust that.
Okay. I will pass that on to Cole.
I mean, Gary,
okay.
I think we're in the clear, but I could just be following a thing that says
I know.
30 seconds.
I know.
There's no will. There's just the instructions. It's terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's you're a Nintendo Labo programmed to obey.
Fuck you, man! Finally, shove me in that game builder garage.
Will builder garage. Good night. Clicking clock. Send your dick to ear.
Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, every single everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined as always by a guy who ages me a year every single time he helps me out, Gary Butterfield. That's a reference to the spell Divine Intervention in the Might and Magic games, which is a full heal for the full party, but which also ages the caster by a year.
Excellent. Thank you. I was very worried I had the wrong item.
Nope.
I have played Might and Magic. I do not remember that spell.
This one, I believe first surfaces in 6. It's one of the reasons that holy spells aren't as good as dark spells, because it's a pretty shitty spell versus the ultimate dark spell being a decent damage doing spell.
Yeah. Those games are good, man.
6 and 7 are incredible games.
I got very into whichever the first one that got ported to Genesis was, which I think is 3.
3's the first one is color. That's Isles of Terra. That one's very, very good too. Yeah,
I had a lot of fun with it. There's a weird little secret leveling place where you fight jesters. Remember that? You love killing jesters.
Oh man, you should get into Ultima. There's that bad jester in Ultima.
You do get to kill the jester in Ultima as well, or get into being Batman. Kills a series of Harlequins.
He fights a lot of clowns. He fights more clowns than I do, certainly.
He fights more clowns than anybody, than the ringmaster does, trying to get him to work.
I cannot
fight clowns.
Can we be serious for a second, Gary?
Absolutely.
The clowns have got to fucking unionize, man. They've got to organize.
Against Batman?
No, against the ringmaster.
These
clowns, the clowns have to come together. I know exactly where they could all fit in for a meeting place, and it's their car.
Do you think that if all the clowns and carnies got together, that's what Nope is actually about?
All the clowns and carnies here.
And carnies right here in New York City. I'm only a few weeks away from seeing Cats. So we're gonna have that Guppy experience.
Wait, you're going to the musical of Cats?
Yeah, I haven't told you that.
No,
yeah,
man.
Me and Liv are going to go see Cats.
You had mentioned that Liv was a fan of Cats. You had not informed me that you were Cats cheating on me.
I have a special plan that I'm going to let you in on, if it works though. So you'll get to hear that. Yeah.
I just got back from seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I really want to see that. I have this stupid busy concert weekend coming up, but I really want to see that movie.
Strong recommend. Better than Swiss Army Man, and I liked Swiss Army Man a lot.
That's awesome. It looks great. I've gone into blackout because I know I'll watch it. But yeah, I really want to see that.
Yeah, I'm going to butcher his name, but Hugh K. Kwan, who was credited in the U.S. as Jonathan K. Kwan for a while, from Goonies and Indiana Jones. fucking knocks it out of the fucking park.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle Yeoh's great in it. Everybody's great in it, but he is giving such a good performance.
Been a minute since I've seen a movie where I'm just like, yes, like this is an excellent movie. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I want to watch an excellent movie. We talked about this a little bit because we talked about unlocks for Bethany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is divine intervention.
Sorry, Gary. I'll let you say it. Sorry. You know, with our current setup, for some reason I can't make you loud enough to be louder than my voice, and I think it is fucking up my entire performance on the show for the last several months.
Oh, sorry about that. We'll figure something out at some point. I don't know what it is, but maybe, or maybe not.
I'll just keep editing out the bits where you go fucking hell. Yeah. Every time I interrupt you.
Well, this involves a double tap, and any double taps are awkward in Isaac. If this were just an active item that you just toggled on and off, that'd be great.
Yeah. So, because we talked over each other a little bit on it, this is divine intervention.
Yep.
This is a Bible or an angel room item, and the way this works is you double tap the fire key, which you're already kind of doing sometimes, and it fires out a really neat shield.
Yes, that does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't just block shots. It moves enemies. It reflects brimstone lasers back, which I did not know and which is incredible.
That's wild. Like, that's really cool because a lot of bosses, you can't defend against that generally. And a lot of bosses have that, and it's offensive if you're using it that way, etc.
I really want to have this because apparently this works on the Beast. I would love to reflect that fucking Beast laser.
That'd be amazing. Just that gigantic, the mega vomit.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so cool. Unfortunately, and it has so you can do it, last 1 second, has a 3-second cooldown, which is reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is just double tapping's real awkward in this game. I don't know that I don't remember that I can do it. I trigger on accident. It's awkward. It's not bad. It's really cool, but it just doesn't, it needs another button. If I was just playing this on a controller that used all the buttons, it'd be fine.
If this was just the gimmick item for a Tainted, that would be really... I think this could work as a gimmick item for a Tainted.
Yeah.
Maybe with a few little tweaks to make it more active or more damaging or something, but...
You could almost do a character that didn't have tears, that only reflected things.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's lots of weird edge cases where that would make progress hard, but they could fix it. I'm very confident in their ability to make that kind of thing work in this.
Yeah, I don't think they could. I just feel like you almost could. The
other issue with this is something that we've talked about from time to time, is that there's a level of we call it fiddliness sometimes, but Isaac is not a very thoughtful game in its combat.
No.
It's very reactive, and it doesn't have a lot of planning involved.
No, there is planning that you do in terms of item craft, whether I take this item, how well I explore a floor, things like that. There are decisions you make in Isaac, but in the actual moment to moment combat, not really. It's mostly dodging because it's kind of a bullet hell game almost.
Yeah.
There are bosses that lean more into that than others. That's kind of what it is. So when you end up with something like this added level of complexity, it just adds overhead. And it reduces, it puts me out of my sweet spot for autopilot. Isaac at this point for me is a real autopilot game, generally. And that's what I go there for. And things that fuck with that I generally don't like. It's why I don't like having, we talked about this, it's my infamous dislike of Little Brimstone.
Yes.
Is that it requires me to operate a charge and a continuous fire at the same time. And that goes over my overhead threshold.
Yeah, so I think we're on the same page insofar as this is an item that does a really cool thing that we have trouble finding the fun in.
Yes. Yeah. I guarantee that if you know how to use it, this is probably pretty good.
Oh my God, the speedrunners! Oh my God, I love those guys.
They will never have this because they just, the speedruns for Isaac suck. They just restart until they get a game-winning item in the first room.
Yeah, that's boring.
It's super boring. I think that they should do, speedruns should not be able to reset.
Or everyone picks one platonic seed, and they all have to speed run that seed.
That's yep. And that seed name, Gary Will.
Aww.
Have we seen what that seed does?
I don't think. I mean, it'd be Will Gary, but I don't think.
Fair.
Gary, do you feel like God has ever directly intervened in your life? Perhaps by putting a particular person in your path?
I did have to have a tooth removed the day that they had a shooting at the college I worked at.
Okay.
I told that story before. That's a little, nice little quinky dink.
Yeah, that's not where I was going with that particular bit, but I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I take all questions seriously. Mm-hmm. They took out one of my teeth at the time somebody came and did a shotgun on my school.
And then, Gary, would you be surprised to learn, loaded in that shotgun?
Teeth?
Your teeth.
Yeah. God, thank you for protecting me from the shotgun guy you also sent.
God, you are, of course, as always, playing solitaire with the universe.
Yep. You're really both sides against the middle, the Christian way.
I think that's a Terry Pratchett line.
How about you? You ever feel like God gave you like a podcasting partner or anything?
I feel like God doesn't open a door without killing a podcasting partner.
Yeah. God doesn't close the door without creating a fat, bearded piece of shit.
Yeah.
So what they say.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had any like coincidences really pay off in my favor. And the answer is no.
Yeah. It'll happen for you someday, buddy.
I'm really hoping. Like, maybe I'll get shot right before the nuclear war. And that'll be kind of like nice. A good thing happened.
Yeah. It would be like, or just be like at ground zero for the
Gary,
nuclear war.
From a certain point of view, don't you think nuclear war would be kind of exciting?
No.
Well, we're never going to get matched up on OkCupid.
Nope. Yep. I with all those questions, they're like, do you want horrible things to happen and people to be hurt? And I'm like, no. I'm not thrilled by that idea.
And I say, kind of. How important is this question? Very.
Very. Yeah. Well, I guess it's pretty late in the podcast for us to gauge our OkCupid compatibility, but we can do it.
Gary, we should absolutely reactivate our old OkCupid pages and see how much we line up.
Can I tell you a funny Cheers-esque thing that happened to me?
Please.
I was trying to show Liv where to find something on her phone. Mm-hmm. And I sent her a screenshot of the options section, and I still had the OkCupid app on my phone,
yeah.
Which I had not been using. It's in a folder, and I forgot that it was there.
This is sub Cheers, man. This is like Veronica's Closet or something.
It was, and she's like, and it was a real like sitcom thing.
Yeah.
And then I had to pull up the other screen of the options that shows how long it's been since it's been opened. I'm like, I just forgot about it.
Okay.
But it was very funny. It was good stuff. If you like the show, head over to make something good happen for Will, but make it a coincidence. The game will, if you like this show.
Game me. Game me.
Yeah. Game him. And then also leave us a rating review on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict.
Like this one left on Podcast Addict by Melania, Blade of Michaela.
Uh-oh.
I am Melania, Blade of Michaela. Almost as unforgivable as Ishin, much hatred, friend of the pod, and stream regular, the Chesapeake Ripper. I think that means that's Bill.
It sounds like Bill. Yeah.
Gary, who do you think is more unforgivable, Melania or Ishin?
Ishin.
Interesting.
Yeah, I do not like the Ishin fight. Okay. I like the Melania fight. I've grown to like it. I think that I would have tuned down the regenerating health. Mm-hmm. I think that's a little bit too harsh, but I've even grown to not hate it as a mechanic. I think it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, I get my weird ass Stockholm syndrome, so I like them both. I like Ishin more because I think it's a more interesting fight. But learning how
I just don't like moving around as much in that game, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Learning how to not get hit by waterfowl dance was like one whole night of my life. That was interesting, but frustrating.
It's ridiculous. On my primary build, my first run through that, I changed her soul into the weapon. Yeah. And it gives you that weapon art, and that's real fun.
I actually, for a while, I was invading people as Melania's Revenge with that set and the weapon.
That's real fun.
And this has been the Elden Ring Corner.
Yeah, this has been Bonfire Side Chat.
Yep.
Tarnished. The good night, everybody.
Good night.
No defeat. Do you think the Chesapeake Ripper has ever known defeat?
I mean, the Chesapeake Ripper is Hannibal Lecter, so no.
Okay, true. Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every trinket in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield. With me as always is a man, oh, look out, he's crowning, Will Hughes.
That's me, Gary. I'm being born into the world all over again. Did you forget your name?
Nope, it occurred to me to think of you crowning.
Okay, good.
I don't come up with those in the first place, and I imagined you coming out of a penis that was giving birth to you.
Why am I out of a penis, dude? That's not where people crown out of.
It's where, well, I just assume you do things a little different.
Yeah, like a little Kilroy was here just popping up.
Yeah, little iconoclast, like a little Diglett, you know?
Sure. I feel like I covered it with Kilroy was here, but sure.
I just like the idea of you being a Diglett or a Doug Trio as Will's head coming out of getting crowned. I don't know why it came. I don't make this. I don't prep for the show.
Yeah.
I don't think about any of this stuff before it happens. So,
like, there's one orifice that one crowns out of, and it's not the urethra.
You don't think that if somebody takes a gigantic dump, the dump is crowning? I know it's profound. Think about it for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I would be comfortable with that being described as crowning. Yes.
Oh. Okay. So what if you were to pass a solid through your urethra?
Oh boy.
Do you crown a kidney stone?
That my body generated, or is this
something you stuck in your body?
Stone?
Yeah. Do you crown a kidney stone?
You can be crowned with a kidney stone, thus making you the king of piss.
The king of kidney stones pass.
Mm-hmm.
The Glorantha. Catch it. I think if
Gary, we got to stop making up Piers Anthony characters.
I think if it's true that you can crown a kidney stone and you are actually a solid, then I was fine, and it was a correct use of the thing.
Gary, I have been. We worked through the puzzle.
Yeah, it's a fool in his penis. It's Trinket Sunday.
It's not Sunday. These all come out on Tuesday now.
Oh yeah, it's Trinket. It's Trinkety Tuesday.
Sunday, Monday,
Trinket
days, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Trinket
days, Thursday, Friday,
Trinket
days.
The Chinese trinket
chicken. Yeah.
Yep.
We got stupid fucking brains, but at least they're similar.
Oh man. So Holy Crown.
Yeah, this is a perfectly fine trinket.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Right in the middle. Gives you treasure rooms and shops on the cathedral.
And the chest.
Why not? In the chest. Why not?
Shop. Sorry, the shop.
Yes.
Oh, I completely fucking read that, dude. It's that you're absolutely right. I corrected you stupidly. It causes a treasure room and a shop to spawn in the cathedral. Nothing in the chest.
Yes.
Dumb Will.
Yes. It's okay. There's a little picture of a chest. There.
That's what got me. Yeah, that's what got me.
That might have got you. That picture of a chest is cathedral.
You're so fucking generous, man.
I try.
An extra treasure room is great. You know, obviously this is situational on which route you're taking. It's hard to say no to an extra treasure room and an extra shop, right?
Yeah, an extra shop at that point in the game is excellent because you have a lot of money and you probably want some spirit hearts, and you don't have anything to spend it on. And
all you had to do was beat 4 fairly difficult final bosses, do 4 runs of this game, or I guess 2, with actually one of my favorite Tainted characters, Tainted Magma.
Yeah, one of the easier and better ones. So not too bad. It's very situational because you have to get this in time and be doing a cathedral run, you know, and it'll do nothing until you get there. So it's pretty appropriately powered, and it's hard to get very excited about this.
Yeah, but if you're like, oh, I'm going down to the cathedral and that popped, cool. I will hold on to this as long as I don't have anything especially good already.
The thing that frustrates me with it, I mean, you don't mix up trinkets and items in this game visually, but just looking at this page, it looks like that good item that gives you double damage at full health.
Yeah. It looks very, whatever, Lost Prince's crown?
Something like that. I can't remember what it is. That's the evil version, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like that. And
$1 million.
Oh, is it Mr. Evil?
I didn't go to evil medical school to come to your workplace and slap the thing out of your mouth.
the thing.
I didn't.
Dr. Evil.
In the moment, I like that expression a lot. I like the energy of "I don't come to your workplace and slap the dick out of your mouth." It's homophobic and shitty. So
it's homophobic or sex worker. Yeah, negative, one way or the other. The implication that you suck dick for a living, which is like a fine trade.
Yeah, it's the vibe of the insult I like, but not the content.
Yeah, that's what when I started saying "Who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket." I give it that same kind of spin. Yeah. It's not quite as strong and it's not useful in the same feelings, but gives me a little of that taste of that vibe.
I haven't heard that one from you in a while, and I think it's because I was expressed how much I hated it.
No, it's because you do you think I was going to stop it because you hated it? It's because you stopped speaking. You stopped saying we when you were just saying things about you.
As always, the question on everything to Guppy is who is classically conditioning who?
Yeah.
Whose Skinner box is this?
Yeah, I think it's possible that I just trained you not to do it through annoying you.
Gary, is this anything Armin Tamzarian box?
Armin Tamzarian box.
As opposed to a Skinner box.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay. Like in the episode The Principal and the Pauper of The Simpsons.
Sure. An actual pretty good episode that people say is the worst episode of the show.
Well, because the writers said it was.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny, actually.
I love it. Like I'm totally fine with that episode and no further.
Yeah. The I think Armin Tamzarian box in a certain kind, like a Simpsons trivia night. That'd be a good trivia name.
Gary, we gotta start. We gotta run a Simpsons trivia night.
That'd be real fun. We could
God. Think about what a fucking orgy that would turn into so fast.
Just two of us. We'd have to come in from opposite sides of the stage, and I would prefer to be rolled by small men. Like instead of us walking out, we just kind of get pushed out like Katamaris, and then take our feet, stand in the middle. Take our feet, stand in the middle. Oh, probably somebody from The Simpsons. Maybe
God
Marge.
Damn it, Gary. That was the question. Yeah, I didn't think I had to say which character from The Simpsons would you cosplay at our
Bob from Bob's
Simpsons.
Burgers.
Yep.
King Henry.
That is not I have dressed up before as a H. John Benjamin character, but it was McGurk from Home Movies.
I might do Marge. I'm in a real Marge mode. Real Marge.
I love Marge so much.
Marge. Yeah.
Hey,
homie. It's me, Marge. Hey.
Did I go as Homer Simpson for Halloween one year? I have like half a memory of this. I know I went as Dilbert one year, and that was in like middle school. But I have a memory of having like a big latex Homer mask or something.
When you were in middle school, what did you like about Dilbert? Since it was mostly about like reports and Mondays and stuff.
We've talked about this before. Dilbert is, at least in the old days, Dilbert was a meditation on powerlessness and inefficient, arbitrary rules passed down that you had no control over, which makes, for a certain class of middle schooler, it is just fucking catnip. Like, anti-authoritarian kids who don't actually want to break the rules love Dilbert.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Gary, sometimes you come to me and I have a thought.
You answered one. Yeah. And I know you told me that before too. I just forgot.
It was just very boring, so you had to hear it again.
My file for why did Will like Dilbert?
I remember a lot of words and very little meaning.
Yep, that got overwritten by something. I don't know what.
I know I was holding on to this save file for some reason, but I'm never going back to that particular
I was playing
run.
Inscription and deleted why you like Dilbert.
Gary.ini.
Find the most pathetic file in this boss fight.
The boss generated from that anecdote, kind of. Just
man.
Whatever his name is, the rogue P340 or whatever, just popping up and going, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
The Stoatman. What else is in the news today?
All bad.
That's all. It is all bad. I don't like paying attention. I've gotten good about not paying attention to it lately. I know I've talked about that before, but I'm getting better.
I think congratulations to a point.
Yeah, I think it's a congratulations worthy. It's good for my mood. And that's all I got. I'm going to die, some point. I want to be in a good mood.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Gary, my birthday's in 8 days. What do you got planned?
I do have that little possible fun grenade that'll go off.
Yeah.
After cats.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. That was the main thing I have planned.
Okay.
And I don't know whether I'll be able to do it because I've never been to see cats.
Okay. Fair enough.
So
Gary's just going to be like, I got Skimble Shanks. You just have a knife to his throat.
Like presents in the trunk, and then just open the trunk and he burst out. Just beautiful overalls and that's it.
I was busy in the Gary's trunk.
Yeah, I'm doing this for $70. Yeah. How much do you think how much would it cost to hire somebody on the stage? One of the things I know about this showing of Cats we're going to is that Liv was looking at the program and stuff, and other shows that she goes to, they're like, straight off of Broadway from showing this. This was all like making their theater debut.
Oh, okay.
Tons of people.
So are we specifically talking this production of Cats that you are going to?
Yes.
Where's it being held?
Like Portland Performing Arts Center or something like that downtown.
So they didn't even make it to the Schnitzer, huh?
It is certainly not the Schnitzer. It might be at it might be the place I saw the Magician and Kids in the Hall were at. Or Kids in the Hall were at Schnitzer. But it might be at that place, but it also could just be like way smaller than that. And the tickets were kind of embarrassingly cheap. Like they're exactly the price where like it's not the amount of money you spend nothing on, but it's so little that you're like, it seems like that should probably be more for like a big musical everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's like a $20 ticket or something, $25 ticket.
I think to get Skimbleshanks to show up in costume and do the song.
Okay.
200.
200?
Because he's taking some risks, right? Because like if he gets caught moonlighting, might get kicked off the tour.
Yeah. Yeah. Or people, it would just contribute to the burgeoning underground bootleg Cats movement.
Yeah. Plus, if I get that
Flash
offer, I
Cats.
have to take a lot of time to think, am I about to get sexually assaulted and murdered? Maybe not in that order.
Oh, Skimbleshanks would think that.
Yes, that's what.
Not the person who springs Skimbleshanks on you from his trunk.
No.
Or your trunk. I'd have to borrow. Hey, well, in an unrelated conversation, can I borrow your car?
Can I borrow your rental car?
Yeah, completely unrelated. I just need. Can I borrow the trunk? Yeah.
Or boot, as the British would say.
They would call it.
I do need it.
Yeah. Just give me the boot. You can keep the car part. I'll just drag Skimbleshanks around in like a trunk or a locker.
I think the more this turns into a hate crime, the more you're going to have to pay Skimbleshanks.
Hate crime.
Dragging? Dragging by like a rope?
Well, no, I was pulling a trunk, like a steamer trunk or a treasure chest full of Skimbleshanks.
I think that comes perilously close to a hate crime, my friend.
Do you think that the hate crime is entirely unrelated to who is in the trunk?
Well, first of all, a lot of LGBTQ people in the theater, so
you think the odds are pretty good that it would be a hate crime? It's a Schrodinger's hate crime. You have to figure out what cat's in the box.
And I think a lot of hate crimes have involved dragging people behind cars.
That's true. Well, I don't have a car. I'd be pulling him.
Oh, you're just
on the street.
Running, huh?
Yeah, running. I'm just walking backwards slowly.
Hey, that does feel like less of a hate crime. I retract.
Yeah, I think I would get good off for patheticness. Like I'd get fined for it. And then I would explain it was for you, and then the whole court would melt.
Oh,
yeah, I'd be like, "Aw, do it for my buddy who's the biggest Skimbleshanks fan in 3 counties."
I think that's probably true.
Yeah, I don't think there's a bigger fan.
If people enjoy this show,
well, look forward to a few weeks when I talk about cats.
Yeah,
and then also leave us ratings, reviews on Apple Podcast or Podcast Addict. We appreciate, and go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.
You did forget.
And those are the
you
things.
did forget to ask for the money.
I didn't feel like I earned it really.
Well, Gary, you're doing great this time.
Thank you.
Don't get too sleepy. Don't get too sleepy, buddy. I can't have that character come back.
Yes, Nick. Did somebody say my name? Let's ready to party.
So this is a 5-star review from Clown Slayer. The title is Gary Man. And Gary, can you put 15 seconds on the clock?
Yep.
Tell me when to start.
Oh, okay. Go.
Cutman, Gutsman, Iceman, Bombman, Fireman, Electman, Metalman, Airman, Bubbleman, Quickman, Crashman, Flashman, Heatman, Woodman, Needleman, Magnetman, Gemini Man, Hardman, Topman, Snakeman, Sparkman, Shadowman, Brightman, Toadman, Drillman, Pharaohman, Ringman, Dustman, Diveman, Skullman.
Time.
Gary, I think I beat your record.
I think you did.
Yeah. First part of that says, don't read this part, Will. I want you to beat Gary's score. Read as many as you can in 15 seconds. So.
The having them to read sort of invalidates beating my score.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Did you like the kind of did it as the cadence of some of the rap songs from Persona 3?
Oh.
I will burn man.
That's fucking pathetic.
Fuck off. You're pathetic. Pathetic?
I gotta go.
I'm not pathetic, fucking Skimble Shanks murderer.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the rapping to the Persona 3, rapping the robot, like this fucking peanut butter gamer shit.
It wasn't on
doing
purpose.
The robot masters. Oh, I guess that's true.
It just picked up the cadence.
Yeah, it's if it's stuck in your head, I guess I get it.
I will burn my dream. Oh, Gary, I almost had a good sign-off joke, but it fell apart. So instead, the episode's just going to peter out here.
Damn it.